Bum-ba-da-dum! Welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I am Banjo Ben, your host here on the website that teaches you how to play banjo and mandolin. But this week is Guitar Week. We're back into that Christmas spirit. Years ago, I taught the first Noel on mandolin and even on banjo, I think. But I recently had someone request a fingerstyle version for the first Noel. I thought that sounds good, but I want to also teach it in such a way that if you've never played fingerstyle, you can tackle this one. And that's indeed what I've done. So we've got a very tasty arrangement that you could play anywhere you want it. It's also in a singable key. But even if you've never played fingerstyle guitar, you can jump on this one with me. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, here in a moment, I'll ask you to come over to the website, BanjoBenClark.com. You can join as a Gold Pick member, have access to this lesson and lots of other lessons, especially Christmas stuff. If you're watching here on the website, just scroll down. You can access the rest of the videos, the tabs, the MP3. Let's get going on this one. Now, I definitely could have made this version more difficult. You know, you can, especially with these Christmas tunes, you can put all kinds of substitute chords in there. But again, I wanted to keep it learnable. And sometimes what's hard about fingerstyle guitar is not so much the picking hand as much as the chord hand, because we have lots of moving notes depending on what style you're playing. So I wanted to keep it pretty straightforward. We're going to present the melody exactly as you would sing it, and then just add in a few notes to enhance that. And I also wanted to build it around chord shapes. So if you can make the following chords, you can play this song with me. That's a C chord. Can you make a C chord? Good. Can you make an F chord? It's a little tougher, but you can do it. Just a regular old F chord, no big scary bar chords, just regular F. We'll also have an A minor in there. That's easy. An E minor. And then I'll also have a C over G. Essentially, can you make a G chord using your last three fingers instead of your first three? G7? Well, then you got it down. Now all we got to do is use some strategy for when to put our fingers down, when to pick them up, and then also some technique of how to make it very smooth. And we're going to talk about that as well. Now let's go ahead and throw up the tab here, and let's look at a couple things that you need to know. First off, this is a waltz. There's 3 beats in each measure. I've decided to write it as a waltz instead of 6/8 timing. We got a bunch of eighth notes here. It's true, but they're going pretty slow. And also I want to say this is one of those songs where you can play it as slow or as fast as you want to, and the tempo can swell and it can kind of drop here and there. And you want to be expressive as you play it. So kind of speed up a little bit at times and slow down. The other thing that you'll notice is that beneath each one of the notes, I have little letters or numbers and circles. Those are our pick hand indications. So the T, like those first 2 notes, you'll see beneath them, there's a T with a circle. That means we play that with a thumb. And we're just going to play a 3-finger style, just like if you were playing banjo. So we're going to use our thumb, our index, and our middle. And we're not doing anything super tricky here, but that's what you'll see. T, 1, and 2. And then you also have your lyrics down there beneath the notes. And I just did that so you could know where you're at when you're playing this and to know which melody notes to accent. So why don't you just go ahead and get in a C shape with me. Can you do that? Okay. And we're going to start off playing the first. And so we're just going to start on the D string, round that 2nd fret, lift it, and come back down to the low C note. Then we're just going to roll through. Then we're going to use our thumb quite a bit. At this point, we can pull off of the C chord. Okay, so. Now what am I doing there? That's simply just a G chord made with our last 3 fingers, but I'm not even playing the G root. I'm just playing this. And instead of grabbing the low or that high G note, I'm going to grab the D note. Very simple. So if you want to practice the positions, that's what we're doing. Jump it with your middle finger and grab that 2nd fret. Then go into an F chord here. You don't even have to play the full F chord. You can just play the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. And then you'll release that index finger to get the melody note. Then I want you to do a C chord over G. So use your ring finger to get this low G note, and then play your C chord with your other 2 fingers. And then you'll reach up with your middle finger and grab that was note. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it very slowly, this first line. You can see how it works. Later on, I have a full video on the website there for Gold Pick members where I play through the whole song very slowly, and you can even control the speed on that playback. It sounds like this. So our fingers are being pretty fluid. We are switching these chords from here to here to here to here. And you might just want to practice that. C, G over B, F, C over G. And we're doing that, but we're also changing our fingers at different times depending on what the song calls for. Measure 7, we'll do just a partial F chord. And get that pinch in there. We're going to do some double stop pinches here, but these are simple. We just start off with second fret and open, then move your middle finger up one to the 3rd fret and play the 2nd fret above it, then move that whole thing up 2 frets, and you've got measure 8. Then some 6th interval notes, or 5ths. Now that last little pinch there, measure 9, if you just think about a C chord being here, let's just reverse those fingers, and that's the G7 that we're getting. And then switch it back from measure 10, back to the C chord. Okay? The whole line. Oh! Well, if I could play it, the whole line again. Then it'll go back into that melody. Here's a couple technique things for you. Measure 9. Keep that first chord position down as you play the second beat, those open strings. Listen to measure 9. I'm leaving these fingers down. It sounds good for those to run into each other. Then you can switch. The other thing is with our thumb, you don't want to play with the tip of your thumb necessarily. I'm going to grab the side of my thumb. I want it to sound as least metallic as possible. Sometimes if I play with the tip of my thumb, I get that instead of. So it's up to you on what kind of tone you want to get there. Let's look at the next part of the verse.